Alright, so sa video lecture na ito, pag-uusapan natin ang cash equivalent. Cash equivalent is a short-term and highly liquid investments that are readily convertible into cash. When a company has an excess cash, ang ibig sabihin, mayroong cash na hindi nagagamit sa business. Alright? Meron siyang excess cash. For example, mayroon kang capital na 100,000 pesos and your business is a buy and sell na fruits. Let's say, for example, sa business mo na yon, meron kang capital na 100,000 pesos, pero 60,000 lang ang umiikot sa business mo. So, anong gagawin mo ngayon sa 40,000 na excess na cash mo, hindi mo nagagamit sa business? Pwede mong ibili ng mas maraming fruits na pwede mo siyang ibenta, pwede mo rin gawin yon. Instead na 60,000 lang ang ginagamit mo na capital, pwede mong ibili lahat ng fruits para mas marami kang maibibenta. But, depende yon sa seasons, sa demand and supply ng fruits. At depende rin yon sa season ng mga fruits. So, baka mabulok lang yung mga fruits at masayang lang ang 40,000 mo. So, kung merong excess cash ang isang company, the company will temporarily invest this excess cash into something else. Alright? Like, for example, a money market instrument, i-deposit ng company sa bangko for a time deposit. Ang time deposit, nag-earn ng interest. So, itong mga instruments na ito, pwedeng mag-invest ang company temporarily para mag-earn ng interest income yung money na yon. Example of these instruments are Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Treasury Bills, commercial papers, time deposit, money market instrument, preference shares with specified redemption date. Susulat ko lahat ng mga examples ng cash equivalents. So, ito ang mga examples ng mga instruments na pwede natin temporarily ma-invest to earn interest income. So, lahat ng mga examples na ito nag-earn ng interest income. In order to classify this or qualify this as a cash equivalent, meron tayong tinatawag na 3-month rule. So, ang 3-month rule is from the purchase up to the maturity date. So, sa cash equivalent, in order to classify this as a cash equivalent, kailangan ang mga instruments na ito will fall into the 3-month rule. So, ano ang 3-month rule? The 3-month rule is from the purchase date up to the maturity date. Let me write down my timeline here para mas maiintindihan natin. Alright, so on this timeline, meron tayong purchase date on November 15 and the maturity date is on January 31st. So kung titingnan mo from the purchase date up to the maturity date, this is only 2.5 months na instruments. So this falls into the cash equivalent. Another example is so on this example, we have the purchase date is November 15, but the maturity date is April 15. So kung titingnan mo, this is a 5-month instrument. Therefore, hindi natin ito pwedeng i-classify as a cash equivalent. Hindi natin ito pwedeng isama sa account na cash equivalent kasi more than 3 months na siya. Kailangan from purchase date up to the maturity date should be within the 3-month rule. Alright? Another example is Alright, another example is the purchase date is November 1 of 2022. Nag-prepare ka ng financial statement mo on December 31st of 2023. And the maturity date is November 1 of 2024. So, from the purchase date up to the maturity date, this is 2 years. So, 2 years, of course, hindi ito pasok sa 3-month rule natin. Kahit na ang maturity date is closer to your financial statement date, pero ang purchase date and maturity date is more than a year, hindi ito pasok sa 3-month rule. Alright, so ganito ang explanations ng 3-month rule in order to qualify this as a cash equivalent. Itong mga instruments na ito, ma-classify natin as cash equivalent, it should fall into the 3-month rule. The 3-month rule is from the purchase date up to the maturity date. The first example here, purchase date of November 15 and the maturity date is January 31st. This instrument is 2.5 or 2.5 months. So, pasok ito sa ating 3-month rule. Dahil pasok ito sa ating 3-month rule, pasok siya sa ating cash equivalent. The second example is 5 months. Kasi November 15, ang maturity ay April 15. So, 5 months po ito. Hindi ito pasok sa ating cash equivalent. Dito naman sa third example, ang purchase date natin ay November 1st of 2022. And the maturity date is November 1 of 2024. So, 2 years ito. Hindi ito pwedeng maging cash equivalent. So, kung hindi ito pasok sa ating cash equivalent, ano ang magiging classifications ng mga investment na ito sa ating financial statement? Kapag ang investment natin, mga instruments na ito ay fall into the 3-month rule, it is classified as a cash equivalent under current asset. So, kapag ang instrument ay 3 months and below, we classify this as a cash equivalent under current asset kasama ng cash. Kapag ang instrument naman na ito ay above 3 months to 1 year, ika-classify natin ito as a short-term financial asset or temporary investment, which is also under current asset. Bakit current asset? Kasi within a year pa rin ito. So, current asset pa rin siya. Kapag beyond 1 year naman siya, kagaya ng ating example dito, we will classify this as a long-term investment under non-current asset. So, ito po ang ating cash equivalent. Ang pinaka-importanting tatandaan mo dito is the 3-month rule from the purchase date up to the maturity date para alam mo kung kasama siya sa cash equivalent or hindi siya kasama sa cash equivalent. Kung hindi siya kasama sa cash equivalent, itong mga instrument na ito, it's either short-term or long-term investment ang classifications niya. I'll see you on my next video.